Do you love to sleep with an eye mask? I sure do, and I am so excited today to be creating a holiday theme eye mask. Hi, I'm Christina, and I love to digitally apparel pattern, creating unique pieces of wearable art. And today I am super excited to be making a Grinch themed eye mask. If you're interested in following along with this video, you can definitely find the pattern down below. And make sure you like and subscribe so you can see other fun ways to digitally apparel pattern and create some amazing pieces of wearable art. Let's print out our pattern and get sewing this fun eye mask together. First thing we're going to do is print out our pattern and then cut out the paper pattern. We have different patterns we can choose from. For my Grinch eye mask, I chose to do the one with the little nose covering so that my little Grinchy nose could go on that other pattern piece. Once I have the paper pattern piece cut out, I'm going to lay out my fabric. So I'm going to use this fun green color for the outside of my eye mask. So I'm going to first cut 2 of the actual eye mask ones. I'm going to pin my pattern down to my fabric so it doesn't move on me. I'm going ahead and rotary cut it out. There we go. And I'm going to make sure that my notch there is also cut out. Then I'm going to cut out the little nose piece. I'm super excited to see how this little nose piece turns out. And again, I'm going to make sure that little nose piece is notched. Then I also want to make sure that I'm cutting out something to help make sure the cotton is fully blacked out. So I have this really nice green fleece that I'm going to use. That's going to be completely encased, so it doesn't matter if it's the same color or not. It's going to go all the way on the inside. So, but it's just something to give it a little bit of softness, a little bit of thickness to create a blackout effect. Next, we're going to cut out our pieces on the Cricut that we're going to iron onto our eye masks. And once they're cut out, we also have to then peel them apart so that they can get ironed onto the different areas. Now we're going to actually iron them on. So I'm going to start with the nose, put it there right in the middle, iron it on, and then we're going to move on to the face. So I'm going to start with the base of the eyes and make sure I'm putting them on the right side. Get them lined up how you like them. And then I'm going to go ahead and give them a press down so that they get permanently attached to my eye mask. Then let them cool and peel off that plastic. Ooh, it's coming together. Now that I have the black on there, I'm going to add on the yellow of the eyes. And I always like to put some of the plastic back over the top so the original black doesn't actually get hit any weird way or want to come off on my iron. So I'm going to make sure those yellow eyes are set on there really well. Wait for it to cool and then peel off the yellow. Add the little tiny pupils. And then again, add the plastic over the top to make sure everything else stays nice and clean. Get those pupils on there. He's coming together. And there we have it. The eyes are there. So now they're all there. I'm going to let it cool, and then it's time to sew this eye mask together. So I'm going to move over to my sewing machine. I'm going to start with the little nose piece. I'm going to just sew around one edge of that nose piece because the other edge will be encased in the actual eye mask. Then we're going to flip that to the right side and give it a good press so that it does not want to walk on me. Then we're going to match up my notches on that center and pin so that the nose piece is firmly seated in the correct position, and when you're actually sewing around, it does not move on you at all. Some people feel like their pinning game is really good and they can pin and then pin all the different pieces together and just sew and go. I sometimes do this, but for this one I didn't, so I'm actually going to just baste around that edge so that nose piece is well seated into my pattern and I don't have to worry about those later. Then I'm going to remove those pins. Next, it's actually time to sew my entire pattern together. Before I do that, I do want to add my elastic on the two sides. So I'm going to pin my elastic on either side. This one, again, you can baste if you want. I don't think I'm going to pin, I'm not going to baste my elastic down. Now it's time to pin all my layers together. So I'm going to sew my cotton to my fleece, are my 3 layers. So it's the 2 cottons together so that when they get flipped out, you'll have the green cotton on the front and the green cotton on the back, and then you'll have the fleece layer in the center. So I'm just going to pin all the way around, making sure my elastic is fully inside and won't get caught on any of the seams. And I will also make sure to leave an opening on the flat portion at the top. And now it's time to sew. I'm just going to do a 3/8 of an inch seam all the way around. I'm going to make sure that as I'm going around that nose area, I'm going nice and slow and getting a nice smooth transition all the way around. And then I'm just going to continue making sure to do an extra back stitch over the elastic to make sure it is nice and secured, and finishing up my eye mask. Now it's time to flip it right side out. I'm so excited to see how this has turned out. Ooh, here he is. He's looking really good. There we go. So I'm just going to give him a press. So I'm going to put a barrier between my eye mask and the iron just to make sure that none of the eyes get messed up. So it's just a piece of muslin to help with that. And then I'm going to try to form that nose a little bit. It got a little bit wrinkly and I don't quite have the right ham to really get that pressed really well. Then it's back to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch all the way around the edge, just doing a top stitch to encase everything and make sure it stays nice and crisp. Once I am all the way around, the last thing for me to do is to definitely try this mask on and see how it looks. Ooh, I'm so excited. I definitely think this eye mask gives me so much more joy than I actually thought it ever would. It's just so funny. And I really can't wait to go to bed with it, put it on, and then turn to the side and look at my husband with my grinchy yellow eyes. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe so that you can see other fun ways to create some digital patterns or sewing patterns, as well as some really fun holiday pieces, as well as many other pieces. I look forward to seeing you in some of my other videos. Happy sewing!